Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope everybody's having a phenomenal Tuesday. All right, so tomorrow's going to be another low carb day. I know, Paige, I know you watch this and you're going to say, isn't tomorrow supposed to be high carb day? But no, we're going 3 low carb days in a row. And I really wanted to talk to you guys about some like nutritional rules or laws, right? So let's understand how your body uses energy, right? So it uses carbs, then fat, right? So what do I mean by that? So like let's start with carbs. Carbs are a source of energy. Simple carbs are like white rice, white breads, white potatoes, right? The reason these are so destructive is because they have a high glycemic index. So your body digests them like too fast, and so it just turns into glucose, which is like a sugar, right? Excess sugar your body doesn't use, right? It stores it. How does it store it? It stores it as fat. So that's why a lot of people, like most Americans, will start getting a lot of stomach fat from the excess rice, the bread, all that kind of deal, right? Then there's healthy carbs. Now, why do I have you guys do low carb days and things like that? Because even just because a carb is healthy, if it's not used, like if you just eat a whole bunch of rice all the time, brown rice, and just eat a whole bunch of sweet potatoes every day, all that, right? What's not used is still going to get stored as fat, right? Then after the carbs are gone, your body burns fat. So when you do a low carb day on top of a low carb day, on top of a low carb day, by the second, third day, your body's burning pure fat. So it's really important, like if you're watching these videos, you stick to what I'm telling you to do with this on the low carb days and really go low carb. Don't be cheating and eating brown rice and sweet potatoes just because you're giving into cravings, or having like a piece of fruit because you're giving into cravings, because that's just, it's like your body's trying to say, ooh, we're about to burn fat, and you just step in front and be like, no, not today. I'm throwing in a couple apples. Use that for energy. Don't use my fat. You don't realize that, but that's what you're doing. All right. So yeah, that's just some things to hit you with. And then a lot of people got brought to me today. Once somebody said, "Oh, I found these bars with like 20 grams of protein," but if you look at the amount of sugar and stuff that's in them, it's not good. Or a lot of people look at things that will say, "Oh, this doesn't look too bad," because the, like, have low carbs, that have good protein. But if you look at the ingredients, what it's made with, sometimes it's made with stuff like vegetable oils, right? So what vegetable oil does is high in omega-6 fats. Remember the conversation I had about omega-3 fats? When your body's high in omega-3s, like the Herbal Lifeline will give that to you, you'll burn more body fat. But when it's high in omega-6s, it actually be promoted not just make body fat, but make that old stomach fat that nobody wants. I don't want it. You don't want it. Your mom don't want it. Mom and dad don't want it. Brother, sister, nobody wants it, right? So that's why it's really important that you watch for those type of oils and stuff as well. um a lot of things like that are processed, this is one of my rules, right? If something's processed like cereal or a chip or something like that, like it's not as natural as like a whole food, or like something like shakes that's just nutrients. It takes your body a while to like break that down, right? It's not easy on the body. And eventually your body's just going to store all that excess stuff as just junk and gunk and fat. So that's why I'm really big on those things. And they also said, when you look at it, like if you eat something, right, and somebody came in today, like to the club, to Fit Living, and said, hey, does that have like fake sugars in it? And what's to understand is, like, say if you eat a lot of sugar-free things, right, that taste really sugary but are sugar-free, like every now and then a little tablespoon's not going to kill you in a shake. But let's say you eat a lot of stuff like that, like all the time. What happens is your body's smart. Your sugar receptors, because when your tongue tastes it, it says, ooh, this is sugar. So your receptors that go to process sugar, they'll go and be like, hey, there was no sugar here. Okay, you duped us. They'll go back. You do it again, they'll go say, there's no sugar here. You duped us. Then go back. The problem with this is, eventually your body's so smart, it stops sending those receptors. So then when you do finally eat real sugar, whether it be apples, fruits, or like white table sugar, your body doesn't kick in those receptors to go process the sugar, because it's like it's not sugar. That's a big major key right there. So pay attention to those things. I just wanted to make you aware of some of those things tonight. Tomorrow's workout, it's gonna be a rest day. Cindy's tough. Cindy was tough. You did Cindy. Kelly, you hit me up. You said you did Cindy. I know it was tough. Okay, and I hope everybody's staying consistent. Like I said the video yesterday, like the biggest key to all this, don't forget, is your program. 2 shakes a day, you're progressive. I was talking to somebody yesterday. It's funny. Not gonna say no names. Right before Fit Camp, and if they're watching this, just take a second and laugh. And their sister's part of the shred, and their sister's down 10 pounds. And I'm like, wow, that's amazing. And they're like, I'm just not losing any weight. And I'm asking them all these questions about what they're eating, are they hitting their protein, are they doing these things? And then it's like they were hitting all the protein, eating the right things, and I said, this isn't right. So it dawned on me. I said, are you drinking your Herbalife shakes? Like, nah, I'm not using Herbalife. I'm using something else. And I was like, well, that's why you're not losing any weight. Like, you got to use the best products. If you don't know why and you want a deeper explanation into why, go back to the day one of this challenge and look at the first video I posted. I explain all that. So there we go. Tomorrow's a low carb day. It's a rest day when it comes to the workout. I dropped some nutritional facts for you, right? And tonight, what I will be talking about. I've hit you guys with a lot of stuff. I've hit you with a lot of stuff that I use. Let's talk about NRG. So NRG is the guarana plant, right? So it's actually like in America, you know how caffeine is really big, right? Caffeine is like a big deal, like it's in coffee, all these things helps you be alert. NRG is very powerful. It's a very, very powerful root. It's from Brazil, right? So what it actually does is it helps you with focused energy. Like it's one thing to have energy and be like, oh, I'm up. I have energy, and it's another thing to really be able to lock in and focus on what you're trying to do, you know. And that's what NRG does. I actually take it and I mix a scoop of NRG with a scoop of our green tea, so I get the fat burning properties of the green tea and everything, and I get the energy. But then I add the NRG because I want that focused, intense energy. It's the same thing in the Liftoff. The Liftoff has like twice the amount of vitamin B12, so Liftoff. So go into that. Liftoff's like a healthy Red Bull. That gives you more energy than Red Bull, though. It doesn't have all the sugar. And it has twice the amount of vitamin B12. Vitamin B12 is another thing that helps your mind focus. So all those that are watching this video who had liftoffs are like, yeah, he's telling the truth. Like, I guarantee them, like, yeah, I've had liftoff. I love that. The reason why you love that energy and you get that certain type of energy, not just energy, but that intense, focused, like, energy, is because of the vitamin B12 in it. So these are just a couple of our energy products for those that are down. And again, a lot of this stuff has a great price point. Like a box of Liftoff is only $20. If you get a discount, it's like 15. If you get 50% off, it's 10 bucks. If you're wondering how you get discounts, go back and watch that video I posted over in the Great Income Biz section. You'll learn how you can at least get your products for free or make some extra part-time income or even make over more. Like I don't say everybody's income that's tagged in there, but people are making some pretty decent income by enrolling people. That's all it is, you know. Also the NRG. The NRG is like $14. So it's really a good price point. It's like 14 to 20 bucks without discount, with discount. But either way, it helps you with intense focus energy. A lot of people can, like, if you drink coffee, here we go. When you first start drinking coffee, you're like, ooh, this feels good, and you have energy and you kind of focus and locked in, right? But eventually, because that caffeine's not really a clean source, that same feeling that you had day one, it'll take you like 5 cups a day to get it. The caffeine and the stuff that's in these products, that the natural energy is going to give you that for a sustained period of time, and it never grows old. The last 3 years, I never got tired of the tea. Never. The energy, I'll never get tired of the energy. The lift off still lifts me off. Like, and you know, you can even do a tea bomb with some tea, some NRG, and a lift off. You want some real, you want to be happy on your commute to work. You want to say hi to that person that cut you off with a smile. Get some tea, get some NRG, and a lift off. It's gonna change your life. Like, try it. All right. So I hope everybody has a phenomenal night, and I'll see everybody tomorrow.